And we're back. Where have we been? Somewhere out in real life, I suppose. Which differs from Twitch, in that the lighting's not usually as uniform. But welcome to my Twitch channel.
Angela. Hi, smiley face.
Hey, Angela. How are you doing this weekend, or this evening? Thank you for coming into my stream. Yes, as promised, we are going to continue James Patterson's Women's Murder Club, Little Black Lies. And hopefully make a little more progress on that murder investigation. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. We had a pretty good turnout for a short horror Saturday yesterday. The 2 games we ended up playing. And yes, I think I'll continue doing that. Haven't decided which game we'll do next weekend, though. And oh yeah, I may have, in my continued efforts to fix the mysterious bug which sometimes crashes OBS and or the game, I may have found a solution. Or something that'll keep it from happening, at least a temporary solution.
Oh yeah, how did the second game go last night?
Oh yeah, the second game, Dracula, was, it went okay. It was kind of fun, but not an especially long game. I didn't beat it, but then I tried it again today for fun, and basically played through it all in about 10 to 15 minutes, and realized that if I just made this one jump that I didn't make at the end of last night, that would have been the end of the game. So it, as a demonstration of the Ray game design engine, it was kind of fun. Not very deep, but played better than the old DOS game that inspired it, actually.
Ain't that just the way?
Yeah. But since I realized I pretty much made it to the end of it last night, I probably won't play that again on some other stream. But didn't have quite the... I would say it didn't have quite the polish of the Haunted Ex Mone Theater, but Haunted Ex Mone Theater could have had a little more polish. Minor details like coherent language, coherent plot. But on the other hand, it had, Satan and living bear traps in the floor, and 20-foot tall shadows with giant eyeballs, and yeah, all good stuff for a horror game. Today we're going back to slightly more realistic fare as we continue with the Women's Murder Club. Murder most foul. And oh yeah, let me know if it looks or the picture looks less clear this time, because what I did was downgraded the resolution to match my desktop. The resolution within OBS to match my desktop resolution, which ended up changing the layout of things on its canvas. I was surprised, but as this has already been firmly established, I don't get computers very much. I'm pretty sure a megabyte is smaller than a gigabyte, which is smaller than a terabyte, which is smaller than an exabyte, which is smaller than a kilobyte. Computers.
Oh, speaking of that, if you are craving theater that isn't Shakespeare, I highly recommend pretty much anything by Team Starkit on YouTube. They started out with parodies, including a Harry Potter musical, but they have a lot of original content now.
I've heard of a Harry Potter musical. Thanks for the tip, Angela. Team Starkit. I will check it out.
Meh, that's all you need to know about computers, haha.
Yeah, just the basics, and I think that keyboards are supposed to work if you plug them in, something like that, and that compressed tape isn't a very reliable storage mechanism. But that's it. That sounds like a good thing to check out. Thanks for telling me about that. But I have been missing theater. Actually, and one of my friends, who's also a streamer, has been talking about trying to do theater in VR.
It's Star Kid, written as one word.
Star Kid, okay. There's a movie called Star Kid, Kick Some Alien Butt. Never watched it, but I saw it in the video stores. Looked like family-friendly sci-fi that wasn't necessarily particularly good. Probably has nothing to do with these guys. But anyway. Hello again. Yeah, I may have been overly optimistic, thinking I had solved whatever the problem was that was making the screen turn black and OBS unexpectedly crash. Yeah, great. Computers, we'll keep working on that. I think I may have pissed my computer off by telling it that a kilobyte was bigger than an exabyte. Computers don't have a sense of humor. Unless they're programmed to have one. And I don't think mine is. I mean, I don't think mine is sentient in the first place. It hasn't told me it is. But yeah, I see no reason to let a small thing like the stream crashing every 5 minutes keep us from enjoying the game.
Computer said, oh, you think you've solved the problem? We'll see about that.
Yeah, I had the audacity to think that I had solved the problem. and then it crashed quicker than it ever has, except maybe on that one test stream. But yeah, so if something is, and it did tell me that it was the same D3D error, so I don't know. I would think decreasing my resolution to 1280 would have prevented this GPU from spiking, which is what I thought it was, but evidently not. And rendering in OpenGL didn't, and window capturing didn't. So I'm just going to say it's one of those great mysteries that plagues the cyber world, and I'll have to keep working on it. And maybe I'll make good on my threat to try Streamlabs OBS instead of OBS Studio and see if that works any better. I mean, I could try Twitch's proprietary streaming or broadcasting thing, Twitch Studio or whatever, but that hardly registers any games, so maybe I won't. Alright.
Pendula. I have heard Streamlabs OBS is good.
I have heard that too, and maybe I've just stuck with OBS Studio because, yeah, that was the one I really learned first. But, and in a lot of ways, it's once you get used to it, it seems pretty intuitive. But I've heard other people say Streamlabs or other things are better, and for some of the things in OBS Studio, they basically say, oh yeah, go to Streamlabs and use a widget. So I'm already using Streamlabs widgets to alert me when I get followed or raided. Maybe I'll just teach myself how to stream with Streamlabs. Not necessarily before Wednesday, since I've got a bunch of writing samples I have to read through. But soon. And maybe that'll fix everything. But in the meantime, we'll just see how far we get in our little murder investigation. We probably won't finish it. I believe we're on investigation 7 out of 10. Although one of the ones last time was pretty short. But we'll see where we get. I wish they played, since they start you at the beginning of the chapter, I wish they played the opening cutscene of the chapter again. But, we found out last time that, well, we discovered the body of Sutter Ames, the cult leader from the 70s, who was thinking of leaving the country but didn't, and he was killed. And what actually happened was several vengeful townspeople basically formed a vigilante mob and drowned him in the ocean, and then hauled him out and buried him. And Randy Boren, the owner of the general store, was just a kid at the time, but his father was one of the lynch mob and brought him along. So Randy's haunted by that. And most of the other people I think all the other people who were involved in the actual murder of Ames are dead. But we still don't know who killed the girl in the cult back in the 70s, for which the town blamed Sutter Ames, and who killed our friend in the present day for getting too close to the secret. So, what are we doing? Well, we're wandering around the town looking for answers and hidden objects. Or I think we can go to the sawmill. Oh, that's right. Because modern forensics picked up on something the initial coroner didn't, that the corpse of the girl who was killed and mutilated in the 70s was dismembered not with a traditional handsaw, but with a large motorized circular saw. And there's only one place around here that has one of those. The sawmill. Looks like nobody is here. I need to check for traces of blood on the saw, and I might check the office up there for clues as well. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say somebody has probably cleaned that saw at some point in the past 30-some years. But maybe they haven't cleaned it very well.
Pendulum. Gotcha. Thanks for catching me up on the story.
Yeah,
I wanted to add a little bit more to the Team Star Kid recommendation if that's okay, and then I will shut up, LOL.
As your name implies. No, just kidding. But no, please do tell me more about Team Star Kid, as they sounds like they have good stuff.
Pendula. Gotcha. Thanks for catching me up on the story. I wanted to add a little bit more to the Team Star Kid recommendation if that's okay, and then I will shut up, LOL. The shows that would most interest you would probably be Starship, which is a Starship Troopers parody, and Trail to Oregon, which is a musical about Oregon Trail. And then I could talk for 11 more years about the original, non-parody stuff they've written, but I'll let you focus on your stream now, haha.
No, thanks. That sounds...
Oops. Didn't mean to repeat the first part.
No, that's okay. That sounds great. And a musical, like a parody of Oregon Trail, the video game. That's... yeah. I mean, having written musicals based on video games, I think I would very much enjoy that. One of these drawers must have a hidden compartment. Note says, Kevin, I locked myself out of the office. Is the spare key in the trick drawer? The trick drawer. Not that. Aha. The bottom of this drawer is loose. If it has a false bottom, maybe I can find something to pry it up with, like scissors. No. Like pliers, wrenches, hammers, or a pencil. Ways you can use pencils that they didn't elaborate on in school. Oops, the pencil just broke in half. It wasn't strong enough to lift the false bottom. And okay, and the pencil just vanished. Pen work? Eh. Oh, come on, Detective Boxer, don't you at least want to try the spoon? Eh. I'll have to find something sturdier. Probably amidst a mass of unrelated objects. Yeah, just that it's locked. What's that? Aha! On all. Well, it just goes to show you, sometimes when you can't, lift up the false bottom of a drawer, all you have to do is give it your all. My stream's gonna get banned for bad humor one of these days. Me hammers, me awls, and me pinchers, I carries them all on me back. Shit. Okay. Pocket knife, black sweatshirt, framed photo, pipes, padlock, brushes, lightning egg crown, ruler, eye, and fox. I kind of hope it's like just a live fox, chilling in the office. Like, oh, how did you get in here? Yeah. Oh, a skull. Yep,
Pendula.
just an ordinary skull.
This one is hard.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any yet. They must be upping their game now that we're, well into the investigation. What's that? That is a sweatshirt. A little black sweatshirt. The fibers found on the auto shop fence were from black fabric, and this sweatshirt has a rip. I should send it to Claire for comparison, which will be done through a forensics minigame. I forgot there was a torn fabric on the hole in the fence.
Is the egg on the windowsill?
Oh. Oh yeah. Like a Fabergé egg or something. Or at the very least painted. That was a section of pipe. It's not a ruler? Yeah, they're making them smaller now. Lightning. Wait. There's an eyeball. I too keep eyeballs on my Rolodex. What's that? A barometer or something? And we'll never know what brand of flat screen laptop that is. Or flat screen monitor. Yeah, I used to have one like that. Padlock? Oh yeah. If I weren't like way zoomed in, there's no hope I would find some of these things. Is that the lightning? Yeah. In here I thought it was that car.
Hello.
Hey, Keytar Cat. Thanks for coming by. How are you doing today? Everybody, please go follow Keytar Cat. Who streams such cool things as RPGs and Half-Life. You guys beat Half-Life last time, didn't you, Keytar Cat?
Keytar Cat. Pretty well. Just finished D&D with brother.
Oh, fun. How'd the game go? Was it just the two of you, or were there a bunch of players?
Keytar Cat. Yeah, we beat the last of HL, moving to HL2 next stream.
Oh, sweet. I'll check that out. Well, I probably won't watch the whole thing, because I gotta play Half-Life 2.
Keytar Cat. We have a regular long-form group on Sundays.
Oh, sweet. Was it a fun session this time? Framed photo. World's smallest squirrel. Unless that's a fox. Adam Atkins said he and Mandy weren't close, but this photograph suggests otherwise. Mr. Atkins clearly has some questions to answer.
Keytar Cat. Yes. We all got good character moments and we set up for a good time skip.
Oh, nice. A time skip? Well, I wouldn't have... I didn't recognize Atkins. Which it has been, 35 years or something. Wait a second. Does that say Fox on the sign? Well played, game. Well played indeed. That's not a ruler, that's a foldable ruler. Okay. You win this round. Yeah. Is that a brush? Paintbrush? And that's one way I know this game has a pretty good plot, is I sometimes feel like, it's kind of fun searching for the hidden objects, but I want to get on with the plot and find out more what's happening. Yeah, maybe I would like visual novels and should try more. Ah. Hey, I think I can use this pocket knife on some of the tools to pick the lock on the saw casing. Then I can check under the blade for traces of blood. It's a good thing that, all policemen know how to, or all police officers know how to pick locks. And, in general, video game protagonists know how to pick locks. Oh boy, there's only one thing to find. One might even say, one brush left. Anybody else seen the List of Adrian Messenger? Really great movie.
XXD Brinks. Greetings, friend.
Hey, DB. Thanks for stopping by. How are you doing tonight? To pick the lock, click on the lock pins until all 5 are unlocked.
I'm good. How's the game going?
Oh, that's great. It's going pretty well. This is,
Guitar Cat.
we're well into it.
At XXD Brinks Pride Hating.
We're, I think we're on investigation 7 of 10.
XXD Brinks. At Guitar Cat Hey.
We may... I don't think we'll finish it tonight, but hopefully next week. It's a pretty good game. We're trying to solve a murder from the 70s that, and a recent murder that, like, our friend who's a writer was trying to investigate this old case from the 70s involving a woman who was mutilated in a cult, and then she was killed. And now we're trying to figure out what happened. And the cult leader was killed by a vengeful mob, even though he didn't do it.
Guitar Cat. There should be some way to tell Twitch not to read specific chattings.
Yeah. Which I don't think speech chat has. I did find some other, like, fairly good looking text-to-speech thing, but you have to pay for it.
XXD Brinks. Is there ghosts and Satan and a theater?
Not this time. This is a bit more grounded in reality. It's Oh, wow, I did it. There's no visible blood, but if I spray this luminol on the area, any blood traces will glow like a firefly. This is your fairly realistic murder mystery investigation. Yeah, I don't only stream horror, I stream other types of games. Well, I like mystery as well as horror there. Sometimes there's overlap.
Guitar Cat. I definitely didn't understand that one. And I understand lots.
Oh, which one? The Haunted Ex Monet Theater yesterday?
Guitar Cat. Tokyo Dark might be up your alley.
Tokyo Dark. Ooh, it sounds very Japanese. I do like some Japanese horror movies. What kind of game is that, Kitar? Where do I spray it? Under
Guitar
the saw?
Cat. The lock you just picked.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. I was just kind of messing around with it and seeing if... I was still trying to learn it and I unlocked it by mistake.
Point and click horror mystery.
Oh. Oh, then yes, that's definitely something I would enjoy. It's a pretty full bottle. I'll just keep spraying until I either see glowing blood or the game tells me. What's that?
Guitar Cat.
Oh.
With Japanese fantasy elements.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. And I don't know that much about Japanese fantasy and folklore.
XXD Brinks. I hope it has ghosts, zombies, and Scooby snacks.
We've got the telltale glow. This could be huge. I have to get a sample to Claire right away. Claire is one of the other protagonists, the one who works in forensics. There's also the reporter.
It has at least one of those.
Ooh, and is this is it on Steam, Keytar?
XXD Brinks. Zoinks.
That should do it. I'll send the sweatshirt and the blood sample to Claire for immediate testing. We're on the verge of busting this case wide open. Claire has received the evidence from Lindsay. Was that Mandy Malone's blood? Does the sweatshirt from the mill match the fiber found on the auto shop fence?
Steam. I'll DM you a link.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. There's so many good horror games on Steam. And so many bad ones, and so many weird ones. I need to examine these fibers on a microscope and compare the DNA test results on the light table. Adjust the focus, brightness, filter, and zoom level until I have a good clear look. 1000x magnification ought to do it. Thanks for the hint. But it's interesting, you know, for so many years, like horror games, well, I guess freeware games in general would just be released as download on different sites. And some only on certain sites.
Just remember to just go out the open door.
Just go out the open door. But it's like now most of those games would be probably just released straight to Steam, which, you know, is kind of good. It's, you know, easier to find the games and have them all stored in the same place. And even if games get released or removed from Steam, people who bought them or downloaded them still have them in their library. It seems to be growing less clear. There we go. The machine knows when it looks right. Oops.
XXD Brinks. At the risk of sounding old, I remember downloading so many games from AOL Games. Guitar Cat. Oh, the light turns on.
Yeah, I haven't played this, or it hasn't had this interface in so long in the game, I'd forgotten that. But, I never used AOL Games, but I used, you know, various sites like CNET was pretty good back in the day. Game Hippo, which went down. Home of the Underdogs, which was the definitive one for abandonware. And some of the others, like Two Cows and Soft Tonic, got hyped.
I remember them too.
Yeah, so many great sites, and I'm glad, especially Home of the Underdogs is preserved, because that was... Oh, yay. And so many of the best reviews. A perfect match. I need to print this out for the case file. Print images.
Guitar Cat. PopCap Games was my intro to finding games online.
Oh, PopCap. Ah, I haven't heard that name in a while. And were they a retail site or was it freeware? Gosh, I couldn't. I mean, I know the name, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. God, were they one of those like publishers of small shareware games like Alawar and some of those?
KeyTarCat. Retail. Free browser play.
Oh, okay, that's yeah. What did I play through PopCap games? I can't remember anymore. I should look them up. See if I'll remember.
They did Insane Aquarium and Peggle.
Okay. Yeah, which I have heard. I remember those names. Seems like they might have done one of those, like a modern version of the old Intellivision game where, you know, you're a little fish and you eat the smaller fish to grow bigger until you're big enough to eat the bigger fish. Can't remember what the original was called. There's also a Dopefish version of that. Dopefish. Since I played Commander Keen a couple weeks back. Yeah. I mean, we know it's a perfect match, but... Oh. I have the DNA test results from the blood found on the sawmill. I can compare slides on the light table and see if it's a match for Mandy Malone. Since we got a court order to exhume her body, and that was how we found out that she'd been cut up with a different kind of saw.
XXD Brinks. Whoa, you have DNA.
Yeah, thank goodness for forensic science. CSI and Quincy and all that good stuff. Now, wait, how do we do it? Oh, maybe I should take a look at the strategy guide, or you could just remind us how exactly to do this. Not that I'm not grateful, the game packages the digital strategy guide within the game instead of saying, yes, trot down to your local Costco and buy one for $10. Oh, okay. Have to turn it on. Details, mon. Minor details. Find the match. Is this in color or is this in black and white? And it's easier to necessarily recognize abstract patterns either way. Wonder. Try and find a portion in the corner that looks similar.
Works. I can solve this murder for you.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely pointing towards what's his name, the guy who owns the sawmill. I'm not sure yet. I imagine there are some ins and outs. Maybe, what's her name? I wonder if Sympathy, who owns the Crystal Barn and is kind of the aging hippie, is capable of it. We haven't seen her in a suspiciously long time. But yeah, if any of you guys have hints for this puzzle.
It was Colonel Mustard in the library and he used the candlestick.
Of course, I should have known. The fact that the game never mentioned Colonel Mustard or a candlestick was all the more suspicious. Classic misdirection. These two? Oh, nice. That's Mandy's blood under the saw. The poor girl. Let's hope Lindsay can finally bring her some justice.
Lindsay, the results are in. That was Mandy Malone's blood you found in the saw.
As we suspected. What about the sweatshirt?
It's definitely a match to the fibers found on the fence, but it's a fairly common brand, and it doesn't prove that it was that sweatshirt specifically. The rip in the sweatshirt is fairly damning, though.
I'll head back to the mill and see if Adam Atkins is there. If he killed Regina to cover up the murder of Mandy Malone, confronting him with the evidence might elicit a confession.
Good luck, Lindsay.
XXD
Or it might solicit him attacking you.
Is Jigsaw in this game?
Nah, just your garden variety inanimate giant circular saw that dismembers people. Lindsay has received Claire's lab results showing that Mandy Malone was dismembered by the saw at the Atkins mill. Adam Atkins has been hiding things and Lindsay wants answers.
Mr. Atkins, I'm glad you're here. I need to speak with you.
Detective Boxer, what can I do for you?
Did you break into Dodger's Auto and tamper with Regina Blacklock's car before she left Cypress View?
Of course not. I'm occasionally a paying customer there, but the idea that I would break into it's ridiculous.
Then how do you explain this, Mr. Atkins? Fiber analysis on the sweatshirt found in your office matches it to fibers found on a section of fence at Dodger's Auto, which was used as an entry point for a break-in.
That has to be a coincidence. Anyone could have a sweatshirt like that. I ripped mine on a piece of equipment here at the mill, and I have no reason to break into an auto shop anyway.
You would if you were hiding something that Regina Blacklock was close to uncovering.
I'm not hiding anything. I've been straight with you for your entire investigation.
What about telling me that you didn't know Mandy Malone very well? You were romantically involved with her, weren't you?
No. I told you before we weren't together like that. Just acquaintances.
Then how do you explain this?
Acquaintances.
Oh, she was so
That's what they call it.
Mr. Atkins?
Yeah. We were together. In love, actually, if you care. We were gonna run away together.
But something changed, didn't it? Maybe you had a fight about something, and it turned violent?
No, I would never have tried to hurt her. Yes, we had a little argument because I didn't want her to go to Sutter's crazy ritual, but she insisted on going anyway.
But she never made it, did she, Adam?
Yes, she went to that ritual, and they cut her up. Everyone knows that's what happened.
We found blood around the saw here in your mill, and we've matched that blood to Mandy Malone. She wasn't cut up at the ritual. She was cut up here, on that saw.
I loved her, you know, more than anything. I wouldn't hurt her.
Not on purpose, but there was an accident, wasn't there? It's time to stop the lies, Mr. Atkins.
I didn't mean to kill her.
Can you tell me what happened?
I was a senior in high school. Mandy and I started seeing each other in secret. I wasn't part of the Sutter Ames thing. I was too focused on football, but Mandy was different. She had a wild side, you know. I never did understand it. Ames and that older guy...
Renfrew Mortimer?
Yeah, Mortimer. She liked the attention they gave her, and she used it to get what she wanted. But she was my girl.
What happened, Adam? How did she die?
On that afternoon before the ritual, Mandy and I were messing around at my place. We got in a stupid fight about Sutter Ames and the ritual that night. I didn't want her to go.
Why not?
I thought maybe she was cheating on me with Sutter, or Mortimer, or, oh, who knows. She denied it. Anyways, things got a little physical.
You hit her?
No, I would never hit Mandy. She ran away and I chased after her, tried to stop her from leaving. I grabbed her and pulled her back, and she fell and hit her head on the coffee table. There was blood everywhere. Well, she seemed okay at first. She had trouble standing up, then she just passed out. She died right there in my arms.
So how does Mandy's blood end up on the saw?
My mother came home right then and saw Mandy's body. I explained how it was an accident, but she flipped out. Said if anybody found out, then my life would be ruined. It was her idea to try to pin it on Ames. She figured we mutilate the body, make it look like a ritual killing. Sutter would be the obvious fall guy. I hated the whole thing. I couldn't stand doing that to Mandy, but I was scared. I didn't want to go to jail. We cut her up and moved her out to Sutter's camp. Everybody in town pointed the finger at him, but they could never quite prove it. He disappeared, and things have been quiet ever since. Until that author showed up, started asking questions.
Regina Blacklock.
Yeah, she had me scared, so I looked her up. I saw her blog post that said she'd made new discoveries that would turn the case on its head. I knew she was on to me.
So you killed her?
I had to. I'm the mayor of this town. I know it's wrong, but I couldn't let these people down.
Mr. Atkins, you have the right to remain silent.
Adam Atkins was arrested and charged with multiple counts of obstruction of justice, manslaughter, and first-degree murder. The true irony of the case was that Regina Blacklock had never connected Atkins to the murder of Mandy Malone. New evidence that she'd posted out on her blog was the discovery of the body of Sutter Ames. Unfortunately, this got her killed. Adam Atkins' mother, Rebecca, along with Winston Laramie, Bud Malone, and Mike Bourne, took the murder of Sutter Ames to their graves. By the time Lindsay Boxer came around asking questions, Randy Bourne was the only surviving person that knew what had happened. He was also arrested and is doing 40 to life. There were just too many little black lies in Cypher's view. Wow. Okay, I didn't think we were that close to the end. Wow. That's yeah, poor Mandy. And I kind of feel bad for Randy, who is, just a kid and kind of got dragged along there by his father, and yeah, now he's in prison for the rest of his life, probably. Had a pretty good plot. I guess I was expecting more twists, especially towards the end. And the voice acting, for a lot of the game I thought it was pretty good, but then the ending there I thought it could have been better. Just, more emotional. Oh, interesting. It's like sketches and they're turning into the finished product. Or maybe that's the original concept art and like finished screen from the game. Yeah, there's the Sutter's camp where the cult was. The old sheriff's apartment. And the old sheriff's bathroom. I always like it when games end with a montage or something like that. Or a curtain call sometimes. It was 2010.
Keytar cat. I am returned. Keytar cat. Oh, we done.
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't know why. I thought there were more levels / investigations still, but yeah, it turned out it was the guy who owned the sawmill. He was in love with Mandy Malone and accidentally killed her, and then at his mother's suggestion mutilated her and pinned the crime on Sutter Ames. And then in the present day he thought that the author Regina had found evidence and so he killed her, even though the evidence was only that she'd found something about Sutter Ames's body. So there we have it, Little Black Lies. That was very short. That was barely an hour. I'm trying to think. I would feel bad for ending the stream here, but I'm trying to think what other games I have set up ready to go. Or if indeed I do have any. It just goes to show I need to be better prepared for any eventuality. I thought we would either, this rest of this would take us all of this stream and possibly into next week.
Brains. No worries.
Oh, thanks. Think of other games that I had intended to play, but that I have installed or easily accessible. Let's see. What could I do that wouldn't take very much time to set up? Well, Actually, I tell you what, guys, we'll take a few minutes. I'll take a few minutes break and see if I can figure out something. Hey guys. So, after mucking about with things for a few minutes, I realized there was another game which I was planning to play on stream, which is a very different type of game called Soldier of Fortune. You may have heard of it because it's an FPS, and when it was released, it was considered shockingly violent. So it's a bit different from the Women's Murder Club, but both of them have death. So if you guys want to stick around, maybe I'll start that, see how it goes, and whether I'll continue playing it on stream. Stream is Borky. Oh dear, how so? Is it going slowly, or? Or is it getting choppy? It sometimes does that. It got fussy because, Windows 10 does that annoying thing where when you open a full screen application, it automatically changes your desktop resolution to whatever the program's resolution was. Oh, but tell me, is it better now? Or is it still getting exceedingly choppy? Ooh. Possibly. I wonder if it might be choppy because...
Keytar cat. Good now.
Oh, good. Who can fathom the mysteries of the Twitch? The OBS, or either one, really. So, I don't know, if you guys feel like sticking around a little longer, I'll go ahead and start playing Soldier of Fortune, which is completely different. And I had been thinking of starting some longer action game anyway, and this is one of those turn of the century FPSs that was pretty popular at the time. Just go ahead and update my stream information. I do like how it lets you update your stream information in the middle of the stream and create a different chapter or a different video, but it won't interrupt the stream. Let me just add a new game source. And hopefully now I've learned a lesson about planning ahead for any eventuality. Probably not. I don't really do the whole learning lessons thing. Oh well, that's a rather large window right there. Why is it showing up as blank, I wonder? Ah, there it is. Much better. So yeah, this is basically this game has you playing as a mercenary who fights different threats around the world, and like when it came out it was considered really violent because, like, you know how in rail shooters when you shoot like different parts of a bad guy they react differently, like in Virtua Cop. I mean, this game implemented this, but it was in like an FPS rather than a light gun shooter, and it was rather bloody, and it caused controversy. But now, I mean, I think a lot of FPSs do that to varying degrees. Yeah, one of those things where it matters so much and then it doesn't matter anymore.
Games have controversy. What else is new?
Welcome, John. Glad you could make it.
Exactly.
The shop wanted me to run you through the Soldier of Fortune tactical course before your upcoming mission. After all, even a seasoned vet like you needs to hone your skills now and again. Okay, let's begin. Walk up to the door ahead of you and use it.
To the door. Ah. And how's the volume? Is it sound alright? Because it always is, a bit louder for me than for you guys, but does it sound alright?
That's right. You'll notice that there is a hostage waiting to be rescued in this room. To help out innocent folks or gain valuable information from them, apply the use key on them as you encounter them. Good. This will also work on locks, keypads, switches, and the like. Use the switch on the door in front of you and let's go over our HUD.
Oh, the mouse is really sensitive in this game. Actually, that might be a setting on my mouse itself.
Alright, let's refresh you on your tactical heads-up display.
Oh.
On the bottom of your HUD are your health and armor meters. The gray metal bar across the top displays the amount of armor you're currently wearing. Watch this one closely. It's the only thing protecting your hide from a bad case of lead poisoning. The red bar below your armor meter shows your current health. When that runs out, you'll be pushing up daisies, so keep an eye on it. FYI, your armor will generally run out before your health starts to drop. That is, unless they shoot you with armor-piercing rounds or you fall for a long distance.
Where is my HUD?
Just below your health and armor meter is something new from the shop. It's your personal audio detection device, PAD. Essentially, this is just a fancy name for a device that reflects how loud you're being. If you're making a lot of noise, the pad will show it.
Hold on, what is... I'm having trouble hearing the text-to-speech, it's so loud. Oh yeah, the intense room tone. No, I've got an actual mouse, and it's actually, yeah, I don't think I could play these games on a trackpad. I never got the hang of a trackpad. And it's actually a really nice mouse that, my roommate gave me when he got a better one. But it's, like much better than the old cheap USB mouse that I was using. It runs really smoothly and has different settings and more buttons and a better layout. Over there. Yeah, I love this mouse.
Guitar Cat. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, best mouse I've had in my life. But I'll just try taking the game volume down a little bit, so hopefully I'll still be able to hear the y'all's chat over it well enough. There
The
we
more
are.
noise you make, the easier it is for your enemies to find you. If you're in the green, you should be okay. Watch out when you start to get in the yellow. And cross your fingers when you hit the red. This little baby is a definite lifesaver if you're trying to sneak around. If you're looking to avoid detection, use your quieter weapons. On the lower
Stealth
left-hand
mechanic.
side of your HUD is your inventory. This shows the items that you have in your possession. You can cycle through all of the items that you're carrying by using the next item and previous item keys. Press the Use Item key to activate the currently selected item. A word of warning, John. Be very sure of what item you're using, as some of them can be potentially dangerous to you. Remember the C4 incident with Hughes. Now, the lower right-hand image is your weapon inventory. Use the number keys 1 through 0 to select the specific weapons that you are carrying, or use the next weapon and previous weapon keys to cycle through your weapon inventory. Alright, let's head to the confidence course to learn some basic field maneuvers.
Can't cycle through my weapons if I don't have weapons. I want weapons.
John, this one's important. To survey around corners and recon the area, press and hold the Use and strafe left or strafe right key. Not only could this give you the element of surprise, it also gives you vital cover and could save your ass. If you have to get through some low areas and need to crouch, press and hold the crouch key. You can also crouch to take advantage of low cover. Go ahead and work your way forward using the crouch key.
What is the crouch key? Ah, right. Okay, C. It is nice that games, include these tutorials. Or they did. I don't really know what modern FPSs do.
Now let's test your legs. Press the jump key to jump onto low cover.
Haven't played any recent AAA games. I got Soldier of Fortune here for I got a used big box copy from EB Games for like $3. It's really nice.
Good. Glad to see you're still in prime shape. I should start
Flash
working out
the
again one of these
instructions on
days.
screen.
Okay, what say we make our way to the weapon test?
Starcat. That's the AAA way.
Oh right, flash the instructions on. Yeah, it's good that they do that, and don't make you resort to the included
Start off
manual.
with some sniping. This exercise, you'll see various targets pop up, and you'll have a short time to zero in and neutralize them. To get started, press the alternate fire key to bring the sniper rifle scope into view.
There.
You'll want to zoom in and zoom out with the Weapon Special 1 and Weapon Special 2 keys. This will let you get up close and personal with your target. If you find yourself running low on ammo in your clip, you're going to have to reload. Use the reload key so you don't get caught with your pants down.
Which keys
Okay,
are-
let's have at those targets. Just a reminder, some weapons have higher armor penetration. Make sure you choose the right weapon for the job. For example, against an armored opponent, a shotgun will do squat, while a .44 caliber pistol will do wonders.
Key Tarcat.
I'm not doing especially well.
What are the alt fire keys?
That's a good question. To zoom in and out. I don't think you could use the mouse wheel since not all the mice had wheels back then.
Good work. Now let's look into using your environment to help you. Notice that pile of barrels in the corner?
FNG.
Stay a respectable distance away and shoot the red one.
F is used. Such a distance I can't get any closer or further, Commander.
Nice fireworks display, eh? Great shooting,
Explosions.
Dex. You're ready for the final phase, the downtown gallery.
Brings back memories of doom.
Key tar cat.
is.
O, E, and Q, then.
No, those are the peek around corners keys. Oh, okay. You have to hold it down.
Key tar cat. God damn it.
Let me see. Is there a way to do? It's all.
Key tar cat. What key is it?
Let me see. Yeah, it's not really letting me zoom in or out too much. Weapon keys. Oh, okay, so apostrophe and semicolon? I think okay, yeah, there we go.
Key tar cat. That's how I read it.
Yeah, they're not the most intuitive, but I'm sure we'll get used to it.
Okay, John. Simply walk from the spot marked at the beginning of the street to the end of the street. Shoot any thug that pops up. If you don't see a weapon in their hand, don't shoot, no matter how ugly they are. Good luck.
This sounds quite doable. Oh man, that's a powerful pistol. Pardon me. I think that has... Is that a weapon or a shovel?
Please, John, watch where you're shooting. If you keep gunning down the good guys, you'll find yourself in a world of hurt.
I can hear the targets moving, but I'm not sure where they are. Wait, do you guys see any indication of ammo on screen? Because I sure don't. I got them all. I think this is actually harder than
You passed
the
with
game
flying
itself.
colors, just like I knew you would. Exit the course, and I'll see you when duty calls. Peace, man.
Oh, sweet. See if I'm... think you guys are seeing more of it than I am. Let me see if I can. If it'll let me move the window. Yeah, of course not. Oops. Oh well. We'll start the game then. Medium. I think I can hold my own at medium.
Guitar cat. We don't see the bottom bit.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can remedy that in a moment, after you watch this high-tech cutscene. Raven Software. Man, that's some small text.
This isn't a military operation. I can't let you boys go down there.
Doesn't sound like you have a choice, Captain.
All right, you win. We don't know what these scumbags are up to down there, but we do know their leader's name.
Saber! Saber, the plan's failed! We take hostages! Whatever it takes, I want those explosives detonated!
Kill Saber, you've killed the gang.
Understood.
John, take this entrance. I'll meet you at Station 6C.
Good luck, Hawk.
Cards!
Hold that thought, my fine terrorist. We're going to resize the window.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this game, like, it doesn't pull any punches. It starts out and is like, yep, this is gonna be a tour de force of violence. You've been through doom, you've been through blood, now meet Soldier of Fortune. Yeah, two quite different games for the same stream. Sort of like the time I played both House of the Dead and the Choose Your Own Nightmare children's adventure game on the same stream. Yeah, I'll have to go with that, I think. There we go. And there. I'll just make that a little bigger for you
Guitar
guys.
I see.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sort of getting the hang of how these programs work, and it is really nice that this game works in, like, natively in Windows 10. Like, I just double-clicked on it and it opened. Wait. I zoomed in just very slightly. Lord, that's a small HUD. Yes, that's one of the things I don't like about games, is when you change the resolution, the text and the HUD becomes so much tinier. And it's easier to play things in a lower resolution. hostage? Oh, there he is.
Stop them!
Keytar cat. Lot of blood for a single human man.
I know, that's like... I wonder if that's something weird about the setting, because that's like Mortal Kombat levels of blood right there. And considering this game was supposed to be... I mean, if I recall, it partly sold itself on how realistic it was. I mean, mainly with the, different reactions to gunshots.
Help me! Screaming!
And the hostages are safe. I have to get, a couple inches of the screen to see my ammo. Or at least how much I have in reserve. I don't know if I keep play this some subsequent days, maybe I'll try playing it at a lower resolution and zoomed in. Yeah, just mess around with it. Uh-oh.
Is there a setting for HUD scale?
They're setting for scaling that. I don't know. It may be. Oh dear. Yeah, sometimes they don't die right away. Security cameras. Very build engine-esque.
Keytar cat. That looked pleasant.
Yeah. And I should ask, is anybody put off by playing this kind of violent game? Because that's not what I started out the stream to do, and I guess I haven't played that many really violent games. Well, some of the horror games got a little violent, but not quite in the same way.
Help me!
Keytar cat. I know I'm fine with it.
Oh, that's good. That's good, Keytar. Yeah. I mean, also, you just played through Half-Life. That's not exactly T-rated. Some definite gives in there. Okay, and there's my health and armor at the bottom. Very tiny.
Keytar cat.
He's here!
Hold on. Sorry, that was oh. Armor, that's good. Armor's good. But nah. One thing I don't think I actually said about in Women's Murder Club, Little Black Lies, was Mandy Malone, the girl who was killed in the 70s. Her name always made me think of Molly Malone, like the old Irish song. And there's part of me vaguely wishing, what if her ghost did come back? It would kind of be a different genre, but it would certainly be a twist. In Dublin's fair city. where the girls are so pretty. I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockers and mosses, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockers and mosses, alive, alive, oh. Oh, there's the crosshair dot. It's so tiny. You almost have to hover it over something dark to see it well. Uh-oh. Someone was behind there. And I don't think he was friendly.
John, you read?
Go ahead.
NYPD has a large group surrounded near Station 6C. Heads up.
Roger.
This is the first level. They'll give me plenty of ammo. I'm not going to conserve it any longer. Yep. Yeah, that's definitely not something you'd see in a lot of FPS games of the era. This, I seem to remember in Blood 2, you could, like, if you got some of the enemies really close to death, they would, you know, sort of fall to their knees and scream, but then they would get up and try to explode near you.
Let's get out of here.
Extremely powerful.
No!
It's interesting how large the gun like pickup sprites are.
Not the subway.
Yeah, if you're going to that subway, I'm just going to be waiting for a train to come at me. Wait, is that? Did you guys ever see the taking of Pelham 123? It was a 70s, like, thriller movie about terrorists hijacking a subway. It was really good, too. Had Walter Matthau and Jack Weston. We lost a hostage.
Guitar Cat. I'm familiar, but haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I recommend checking it out. Oop. It sounds like, yep. Oh, shoot. Shoot, I think I just killed a civilian. No, I would not make a good mercenary at all. back in Boy Scouts, I wasn't even able to get my riflery merit badge without a great deal of extra practice. And them letting me use a high-powered scope on the rifle.
You killed a subway hobo.
Oops, sorry, dude. I'm trying to help the good guys, I swear.
Stop! Police!
Oh my. Shotgun definitely packs force, like, and knocks them 20 feet back through the air. The game's being pretty generous about how much damage they do, but it is the first level, and if to be expected.
John, it's Saber! Get him!
Train ride. Oops. Hey, wait, no, come back here. Don't leave without me.
Herb slow. This is very smooth.
Oh, hey, Purpsel. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game for being, you know, like late 90s, turn of the century. Definitely different from most of the other games I played. Like, we finished the adventure game really early.
Bible thumb.
Cat. Yeah, I'm gonna just. Alright, guys, I'm gonna adjust the audio mixer so the game's a little lower, just hopefully not so low that it's hard for you guys to hear, but just enough so that I can hear your text, your chat without too much trouble. Yeah, let's see if that does it. But how's your evening going, Purpsel? Appreciate you coming to check out my stream. Why is it easier to see? Oh, because I'm zoomed in extra.
Much bigger than this gang war.
Well done, John Mullins. Why, thank you. 20 miles north of something.
Cover me.
Остановите этого человека! Включи тревогу!
Sources in Russia report that an unknown organization stole 4 nukes from an underprotected stockpile near Kazan last night.
The gritty violence continues.
Sold to the highest bidder, a train now carries the warheads toward an undisclosed location in southern Africa. As much as I need Hawk on this one, the shop wants me to go in alone.
Oh, mission accomplished written in red text. Yeah, that. Mission accomplished. If the mission you accomplished was a whole lot of killing. I mean, it's an FPS. Ooh, train level. If you put a train level in a game, and you find 5 bad guys on the train, and you're not allowed to knock the bad guys off the train, then the game is designed wrong. See also my views on cliffs in video games. The ladders are easier to use than some games I could mention, or it seems so at this point.
Thwart cat. Chekhov's clip.
Oh, right. Thanks. It says, I zoom in, my zoom text doesn't let me move very much because the cursor's pegged to the game. Basically. Reported that the 4 stolen nuclear warheads are being transported via train to an undisclosed African location. The shop requires you to find the 4 warheads and deal with them appropriately. But, and by that, I assume they mean don't, like, detonate them here. That wouldn't be appropriate. Any and all lengths must be made to stop these warheads from falling into the wrong hands. Objectives, niceties aside, grab the warheads, kill the bad guys. Get off my train! Oh, okay, he's surrendering. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. You had your chance, mate. And there's the copious amounts of blood. Oh. That chopper is probably not on my side, is it? Nope. good old exploding barrel. Oh, I got a sniper rifle. There's the... I better go with the shotgun. I think the chopper got me. Is it right? I must remember to save my game sometimes. Also, the controls feel a little bit weird. Like sometimes they kind of lean more one way than the other. Or... Assuming we can't take down that helicopter. The thing about this game is it's right, the keys, like which key. I seem to have trouble remembering which keys for which weapon. It seems more complicated than in, say, Doom. When in doubt, shoot the lock.
I'll be damned. Only one nuke.
Oh, only one nuclear weapon. Let's just detonate it. Hope nobody's in there around the countryside. Okay, so after starting in medias res, we proceed to headquarters. I'm curious, do the colors look unusual to you guys? Everything seems so bright.
Cat. Dirty bomb it.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, sweet, we're in a bookstore. Hello, civilians.
Not so close, please. Thanks.
What do you want?
Cat. Yeah, it's pastel.
Ah,
I don't know you.
you should. I'm a mercenary. Everybody should know me. Interesting. I wonder if that's like something weird in the program, or if it's. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. There's probably some setting.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a back issue of Soldier of Fortune magazine, July '89.
I think I can help you.
Soldier of Fortune was a real magazine. I don't know if it still is, but like at least at the time of the game's publication it was. This is our secret headquarters.
Hawk.
John, sounds like we have our work cut out for us.
3 more nukes, each one in a hotbed of its own.
What's first?
Kosovo. A Serb faction there is fighting again.
Just days after NATO peacekeepers left.
I'm ready.
Then get online. Let's see what the shop has for you.
Yeah, tying it into current events of the day. Oh, I'm sorry, I actually have to interact with something.
Access granted. Mission information downloaded.
I think it's like the title screen. Or main menu, I should say. Congratulations on a job well done, John Mullins. A radical Serb army faction resumed fighting with the Kosovo Liberation Army last week, taking over a small town in the east. Though NATO has withdrawn, Russian peacekeepers remain in the region, making this a very delicate situation. Nuclear warhead number 2, codenamed Queen Bee, is believed to be in Serb possession. Sources inside reveal NATO headquarters as a possible target. This is a grave situation, and any nuclear confrontation with Serbia will invariably involve the Russians, and they won't be on our side. If we don't rescue Queen Bee, or don't recover Queen Bee, it could mean world war. Intelligence reports indicate that the Serbs are transporting Queen Bee by way of an underground convoy in the city's sewers. Neutralize the bomb, and your pay is $20,000. Good luck, John Mullins. And there's a lot of money in being a mercenary. Maybe I should. Nah. I feel like there are some difficulties to me taking in on any career like that. Let's see. Loadout. Raptor shotgun, silver talon. Armor and flash packs. Excuse me. I figure the game knows which weapons better than I do. Yes.
The NATO bombing has begun. Watch your step.
See you at the pumping station.
I don't know how much longer I'm going to play, but maybe I'll play through, another level at least. The, oh I remember I also had this on, or a demo of this on one of those PC Gamer magazine discs, and those first 2 levels were the demo. The subway and the train. Pretty popular game. Must have sold a lot of people on it. I remember when I was playing this before, it was too dark and I upped the gamma. Maybe that's why it's pastel. Oh hey, thanks DV. And it is pretty fun. And then, I do enjoy first-person... Oh, grenade. I enjoy first-person shooters, but especially kind of some of the older ones that, aren't too complicated. Can I climb up here? No.
XXD rings. Do you have any books for sale?
Do I have any books for sale? Oh, you mean because I'm trying to be a writer? No, I don't. And mostly what I do is script, screenplays. I went to undergrad for theater and then grad school for screenwriting. So I've written, some plays and some screenplays, but nothing that's gotten sold or, made in any big way.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh, thanks. I don't know, I've tried writing, short stories or even novels before, and the scripts seem easier, maybe as there's more focus, and especially with films, more structure. Did have a, TV series that I was the writer on it back in grad school. Basically, we filmed the first 3 serials of it, but the 4th serial was never made, and the 3rd serial, most of the chapters got lost.
Get down!
Build up water pressure on that side. I'll set a charge.
Oh, shoot. Mostly what I'm doing now these days is trying to figure out how to get work in the film industry and stuff, and writing projects on the side. Defensive role. This isn't Dark Souls, buddy.
I used to be in the drama club in high school.
Oh, nice. Nice, Stevie. That's same here. Theater was the main thing I did back in high school. That's probably why I continued on it with it in college. It was so much fun. Did you do any, were you in any fun plays? Wait, I was here before. Controls feel slightly sticky. See what I mean about, by the way they react in different ways based on where you shoot them. It is impressive. Hello there. Nice of you to drop in.
XXD race. Nothing of any real note, but I was in Hamlet, even though I always preferred doing comedies.
Hamlet's a fun play, though. And did you get to act in some comedies too, or at least some scenes, I guess? In my high school drama classes, we always did, some scenes or one-act plays just within the class to practice our craft. Wait, this is where we were recently. Shooting up out.
Race. Yeah. Good times.
Sweet. Yeah, it's one thing I miss about pre-pandemic life as the theater. I'm not having good aim today. This should help with that.
Yeah, the theater in my town still hasn't opened yet.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, so many of them haven't. Though some are doing like virtual shows. Like, I was talking about last stream, the American Shakespeare Center, where I used to intern, and which is back near where I used to live. They've been streaming virtual shows, which is nice. Even some of the colleges doing virtual plays. I'm glad they're able to keep it up in some form. Yeah, like you said earlier, Kitar, a lot of blood for one person.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see everything, coming back as things get better. Wait, where am I supposed to go?
These reloads are absurd. XXD breaks. I also enjoy opera and the symphony.
Oh. I've never actually been to an opera. I've been to a couple symphony concerts. I remember once I got to see the Houston Symphony playing live along with the film Phantom of the Opera from the 20s. That was neat. But yeah, Kitar, you mean the reloads, just like how fast they are? Like, this guy's just like, hey, yeah, move the shotgun, throw a few shells in, and 2 seconds later we're ready to unload like 8 slugs. We were here. There we go. So I'm trying to go down a ladder. Is that possible, game? No. Game is like, no, you can only up, no down. Yeah, basically.
Also takes his hand off the trigger handle in every one of them.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Yep. It's like there's this one a high-speed FPS called Serious Sam, in which you reload super fast, and the game explained it as some futuristic device that just automatically transports or beams ammunition into your guns when they're empty, and so it's really easy for you to reload. Explains how you can, reload. When you're dual-wielding pistols, you can reload them without letting go of either one.
The pistol and SMG are especially silly.
Yeah.
Guitar Cat. In this game.
No, totally. At least they have reloads, as opposed to some of the games Rise of the Triad. You can just keep shooting your 2 pistols or your machine gun all day long and never run out of ammo. I guess that totally looked like a secret. Wish this game had auto map. Auto map is pretty poggers, as they say. So they might as well grab that armor. bodies vanished. It's that much harder to keep track of where you've been. Oh, hello there. Haven't been here. Yeah.
A couple years ago I was able to catch National Symphony Orchestra at the Kennedy Center.
Oh. Oh, that must have been great. No, I've never been to the Kennedy Center. I've been to Washington a few times. I've always thought I should try, like, seeing an opera, since... I mean, I like light operas a whole lot. Like, Gilbert and Sullivan are some of my favorites, and... I guess I've seen, was it Tales of Hoffman, the Powell and Pressburger movie, which... I don't know if that exactly counts. Wait a second. Okay. You know, you could sound a little less hostile with your surrender bark, Mr. Evil terrorist dude. He had some dialogue, but I think it was something along the lines of, "Wait, crap, don't do that, you're going to blow us all sky high." Then I don't know. My Russian's a little rusty. By rusty, I mean non-existent. Oh. I should go ahead and save. You don't save on a CD. I guess this game was trying to be hip and be like, you know how you used to save on floppies? Well, now the icon's a CD-ROM. And like, but the average consumer does not have a CD-ROM writer, and even if they did, it would be frightfully wasteful to save your game to CDRs. And the game's like, yeah, well, we're hip. I really wish they let you give your names to your save games. And not just because I like making up silly names that amuse me, but that way you don't have to just go by the date in the picture. I destroyed things.
XXD rings. Oops.
We're gonna have a little talk, Soldier of Fortune, about your ladders. Heck, even build, they were easier than that. Okay. Oh. I saw that and I was like, wait, what was that thing that fell? Oh, that was probably a grenade. It often is. Okay, I think we have to walk along this pipe. Damn it, barrel, explode. If you're not going to explode, why are you even here? I like the sword, not a personal weapon. I probably shouldn't quote Shadow Warrior, now that I think about it. The game is not exactly politically correct. I should try the reboot one of these days, though. Oh, is that? Did you play the original or the reboot? I know the reboot's been out for a while and even got a sequel. There he is. Okay, yeah, that's the one I played. I know the unenhanced version of it is like free on Steam, and the like better version with the like 2 expansion packs that finish the story is so cheap. Are you a fan of the build engine games, Guitar Cat? I can't remember if I've asked you. There we go.
I just started learning about the different engines of the era, so I honestly don't know. Tongue sticking out.
Ha! I gotcha. Like build. I was like, I think it was like the last like AAA 2.5D engine, and I don't know, I like the Doom engine a whole lot, but I think Build might be my, well, I can't say what my favorite engine is, but I like Build engine a lot, and you know, the games, especially Blood, is probably my favorite. I used to play the like games like Shadow Warrior and Duke Nukem 3D with using just the keyboard, because that was how I got used to playing Doom games, and now when I play them and use the mouse, they're like, oh, this is a good deal easier. Now you're cooking. something with the controls and how it registers and like me hitting, colliding with things, and I'm wondering if it's. I don't know, but the game lets you select widescreen resolution, so you'd think. Well, I was kind of surprised by that, because I think some of those were widescreen resolutions, yeah. I don't think I knew they had that back in, 2000 or whatever. And the first time I saw a widescreen monitor was probably 2007, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, that's weird. That must be something for the architecture students. Save here real quick. Oh yeah, they limit the number of saves you can use per level to make it a little more challenging. It's really not unreasonable, like the number they give you. Okay. Like I thought that might damage me, or it might be something I had to interact with. When you see a fiery jet spouting out of a pipe, you might as well shoot it. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, the game's fairly linear.
Doesn't look like a Serbian symbol on those crates.
You know more about Serbian symbols than I do, John.
Your advice scares me.
I'm just learning from video games. If you can't trust video games, who can you trust? And next you'll be telling me that if I see a robot, I should jump on it and see if a rabbit hops out.
Love you.
Oh, thanks, Guitar Cat. I really appreciate you coming by, and I'll probably wrap it up after this level. But I hope you have a good night, dude, and I hope I get to catch one of your streams soon. Hasta la vista. Interesting cognate.
I look forward to it.
Oh, thanks. I'm like not touching the keyboard. These controls are being silly. Reinforcements? Or are these the Kosovar forces?
For you two, wants us to take out an artillery piece in the heart of the city.
With your expertise, we can win back the town. Forget the capture stealth bomber you're going after.
Bomber?
Without any significant weapon, I promise you, it is useless to them.
You scope out the location of this bomber. Queen Bee must already be on board. I'll take out the gun.
Hurry, John!
It's like the cutscenes are all done in-engine. This is interesting. I don't know, maybe I'll play one more level. Let's see. Yeah, it's not that late, and I still haven't been streaming that long. Can I just not get stuck on scenery, please?
John, come in. Go ahead, I found a hangar. A lot of activity here. Afraid they're gonna fly Queen Bee out soon. Hold tight. Out.
Ugh. Splatters. Burn, baby, burn. Burning through my shotgun ammo. I play it smarter. I think I selected like normal or intermediate difficulty. This game is surprisingly easy. Of course, I did play it once before. I mean, thus far anyway. I think that's a sniper. There he is. No snipers here except me. That's the rule. Note to self. Don't stab someone with a blowtorch in their acetylene tank, or whatever it is, napalm, because it might explode. Excuse me. Hey, who is it? King Slot. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. How are you doing tonight?
King Slot 2. Thanks for the follow. King Slot 0. You're welcome. King Slot 0. Good thanks.
Oh, they... yeah, the bottom. I think this is the one. Yeah, I haven't played that many FPS games on stream, but we're playing an adventure game, and it's ended up being really close to the end.
I found a hangar. A lot of activity here. Afraid they're gonna fly Queen Bee out soon. Hold tight. Out.
So, and I'd like transferred this game onto my computer and intended to stream it at some point, so I started it.
Only one watching?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Should I call you? Should I call you King Slot? I don't know. There have been several people in and out tonight. You might be. I'm probably going to wrap up after beating this level.
Yes, please. King Slot 0. Okay.
What kind of games are you into, King Slots? Yeah, 21st Century Sky Reaper. I don't believe I know that. What kind of games do they play?
King Slot 0. I play Among Us, Roblox, Board Games.
Hold on, I'm trying to turn the volume down a wee bit.
21st Century.
There. Right, 21st Century Reaper. And what kind of games do they play? This is sorry, since I hadn't played this or planned on playing this game tonight. I was then figured out bouncing the levels with my text-to-speech, and it's a good volume for you guys to hear, but not to drown out everything for me.
King Slot 0. He plays horror games.
Oh.
King Slot 0. Like. King Slot 0.
And I certainly enjoy horror games a lot. That's one of the things I kind of seek out to stream. So that sounds like a good streamer to raid.
King Slot 0. Okay. King Slot 0. Yeah. King Slot 0. He is a friend of mine.
Oh, nice. That's really, really nice of you to, direct people to his channel.
King Slot 0. Yeah.
I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember which key is which weapon in this game. I guess they do change based on what your loadout is.
King Slot 0. His goal is 1,000 followers.
1,000? Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, I mean, that's a good goal. And I guess it's not a lot in the big scheme of things. I know some streamers have like 10,000 followers. But hope he makes it.
King Slot 0. Yeah, I know, right? King Slot 0.
Oh, hey, 500. That's good. I don't know. It seems to take a while to build up followers. Terrorist dogs. I hope I didn't just let a hostage die.
He also plays the Netcraft, which I also play Minecraft.
Sorry, you said also. Oh, Minecraft. Okay. Yeah, I've never gotten into Minecraft, but I know I have plenty of friends who do it. Looks like one of those games. Once you get into it, you can play for basically forever.
Minecraft. King's Lot Zero. Yeah.
Great sandbox.
Lot Zero. Yet it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, do you build a lot of stuff in Minecraft? Like, I know that's one of the main things, but anything in particular?
King's Lot Zero. Yeah. Lot Zero. I play in survival just for a challenge.
Is that basically where, like, a whole bunch of the monsters swarm you? Creepers or whatever they are.
King's Lot Zero.
Sounds like a fun challenge.
King's Lot Zero. Yeah, it is.
And it's got such a neat and distinct look with those, you know, like almost like gigantic pixels. Please, I don't know, you know, I haven't needed a mod yet, but if I eventually make affiliate and find out I need a mod, I'll keep you in mind. Yeah, modding always seemed like a really hard job to me. Like, seems like you need not only like it seems like you need not only laser focus, but also a lot of confidence to be a mod. I don't think I could do it. That does certainly sound like a challenge. I think that's a good way to go through life, enjoying challenges. Have you ever tried modding before? Yeah, it makes sense to start out by trying play modding with a smaller stream. Even if you have to be confrontational with people sometimes, but it's, a really important job, especially for bigger streams. Strange people that pass through some streams. Like, not here. My stream's been pretty chill so far, but get out of this predicament. Oh, to ban... Yeah, totally. I mean, I know. Sometimes you gotta ban people, like... just deleting messages and timing them out doesn't work. Oh, right. I'm just gonna save because I'm very low on health. And if I don't, beat this level soon, I probably will call tonight and go ahead and raid your friend.
King Slot 0. I once got a ban for no reason, sadly.
Oh, that's too bad. Man, I wonder why. I mean, you know, who knows why some people do things.
Slot 0. Okay.
I've fortunately haven't been banned from any channels, but I don't frequent that many streams. I tend to go back to the same ones.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to? What am I supposed to do?
It was the mod.
Oh. That's too bad. Maybe we're supposed to jump on that pipe dripping water? Oh, I'm alive. No, wait, back here. It's not right. Okay, I recognize it now. We were just here.
King slot 0. But next year I can request a hug bag.
Okay, so like after a certain amount of time has passed, you can request that? That'd be good. I feel like fingers crossed. Oof, I hate falling from heights. Quicker. Oh, we go in the pipe. Ah, crafty. I'm literally touching nothing but leaning. This is how the game interprets it. You say you're AAA, Soldier of Fortune. But you're 90s AAA. Oh yeah, well that's one of those things you don't get that until you become an affiliate.
And channel points.
Yeah, once I assume eventually I'll become an affiliate, and once I do, then I can add those things. The channel points seem like fun. I don't know what rewards I'll add. Sheesh, how many of these bad guys are there?
King slot 0. Okay.
I didn't ask, do you stream to King Slot 0?
King slot 0. I've only started streaming not that long ago. I was doing like test streams last, I guess starting in November. King slot 0. No, I don't stream.
Just enjoy Twitch, watching. That's what I did for a long time before I tried streaming. Okay, I'll try one more time, I think, and if I don't make it this time... Also, I need to grab that armor.
Interesting to know that.
Yeah. I like Twitch because it's, a fun place to meet people who have similar interests, and I enjoy the social aspect of playing games.
Slot 0. And nice conversations.
Yeah, exactly. About the games and just in general. Yeah, interesting. Man, there's some speedy dogs. Unfortunately, I can be rather speedy too. Never underestimate the power of the shift key. I always like the sniper rifles because when I'm not able to get in close enough to the screen or zoom in enough, the sniper rifle can. One reason I left Delta Force. I'm legally blind. I can see some. I mostly use magnification software called Zoom Text to zoom in and out, but that's why I've got text to speech turned on. So I don't have to keep switching back and zooming in. Yeah, so I landed in a burning trash can. But I think that's probably a good place to call it for the night.
King slot 0. Okay.
I'll go ahead and switch and wrap up. I
King slot
appreciate.
0. I'm legally blind as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. It's really nice to meet, another legally blind person on Twitch. I've met one or two, but not a whole lot. It really would be nice if Twitch would add, having gotten rid of the blind playthrough tag or whatever, they would add some kind of tag that, let people find disabled or blind streamers. Perhaps I'll start a petition. Or there may already be one out there. Or write a strongly worded email. Everybody reads strongly worded emails.
King slot 0. Yay raid.
And what was 21st Century Reaper, right? It's always nice to meet new people, especially smaller streamers. And thank you to everybody for coming by and for sticking around. I'm Purblind Gamer. I'm a variety/retro streamer who specializes in horror games and random games. More adventure than action sometimes, although I'm certainly playing action tonight. And
King slot 0. I have tunnel vision.
Oh, okay. And I'm nearsighted and light sensitive and unable to see colors. And
King slot 0. You're welcome.
Coming up the few, I don't know if we may continue Soldier of Fortune next Sunday now that we've finished Women's Murder Club Little Black Lies. Depending on what people want. And on Wednesday, I'll definitely be playing more of Sam and Max Hit the Road, so more utter hilarity will ensue. And then, I don't know what I'll be doing for Short Horror Saturday next weekend. I'll figure something out. But if everybody could stick around for the raid, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, okay, there we go. Well, thank you again, everybody. I hope you all have a good night, and that I'll see you again. I'll see you here again, and please do stick around for the raid.
King slot 0. Yay, thanks.